Hello and welcome everybody to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Today I'm bringing to you a ZVP on MLG Metalopolis. We know this is MLG Metalopolis because there's a nice little supply depot here at the bottom of the ramp to prevent any kind of early game trickery from Protoss, pylon wall-ins or bunker wall-ins, etc, etc. Anyway, spawning in the left position as the red Protoss, we have Team LiquidHuK. Spawning in the 6 o'clock position as the blue Zerg, we have EGIdrA. Now, notice that Huck is currently LiquidHuK in this match because, well, this was right before he switched. This match I'm bringing you today is the first game of a best of 3. So I'm actually going to be casting the series, the whole best of 3, and this was a best of 3 played in the North American BattleNet Invitational. So this is not a game I actually got to watch during the North American BattleNet Invitational, so I thought I would cast it. Also because I had one of my subscribers request some Huck games, and so I thought, hey, why not? Huck is an absolutely amazing player. I would love to cast some Huck games. So yeah, we're going to be going right into these Huck games right now. Well, I mean, not to say that there isn't another absolutely splendid player in this match. Of course, EGIdrA, one of the best North American Zergs by far, very, very well known for his absolutely perfect timings and excellent macro style. Took a little bit of a break while he was in, he actually was in Korea for a while, practiced very, very hard, trained very, very hard, and got a little, I think he got a little tired, it wore a bit heavy on him doing all that 12 hours a day of practicing, so he moved back to North America, took a little bit of a break from StarCraft, but now he's back and he's doing alright, I don't know what it is from whether it's from his break. He changed his style up a little bit. He's a little bit more willing now to do all-ins. He's not quite so macro focused, but he hasn't been doing so well in tournaments lately. He did just do not very well at all in the latest MLG rally that actually just wrapped up today. I just finished watching MLG rally, so I'm super, super excited to do some casting of games because I've been watching all the awesome casters like Husky and Day9 and Tasteless and Artosis, of course. They were also casting for MLG rally. So, I think it's right about time that we jump into this game. So far we've seen some very standard play here from Huck. Huck did get up his 1 gateway and got up 2 gas geysers, interestingly enough. This is a little bit different from the standard Protoss build. It's very common to see Protoss throw up a gateway, then a gas, then a cybernetics core, and a second gas. But interestingly enough, we have seen Huck go for a second assimilator before throwing down his cybernetics core. So this indicates to me that he's going to be going for some heavy early tech type play. EGIdrA is coming up now. I don't think EGIdrA has before now scouted. Oh, what am I talking about? He's got an overlord sitting right in the base. So he's seen everything that's going on in the base. He does know that these 2 gas gassers went down really early. So he's going to know that there is going to be some kind of tech-oriented play here. EGIdrA is actually moving down to this corner right now to check and see if there is any Stargate, because sometimes early gas could indicate early Stargate around, and as we can see, EGIdrA is actually scouting the map with these lings. Very good play here by EGIdrA. He did see those 2 early gas go down, so he needs to check to be sure that there are no proxy Stargates around, and that is exactly what EGIdrA is doing, so very, very smart play there from EGIdrA. Now, EGIdrA did throw down a pool and gas first, as we saw earlier. He started mining that gas and then pulled his workers off gas right away to favor getting a lot of minerals so that he could throw up this expansion. This is something EGIdRA's been doing much more commonly now, and actually this has been much more common among lots of Zergs lately, just because a lot of Zergs are starting to realize you don't really lose a whole lot by going pool and then hatchery versus hatchery and then pool. There's not really a whole lot that you lose a little bit of mining time, obviously, but having this early pool up just gets you a lot of early defense and allows you to hold off a lot of early defense early. And now, as we can see, Huck has now actually thrown down the Stargate. EGIdrA has not scouted this. He did not see this with that Overlord, so this Stargate is down, and instantly 2 more gateways have been dropped down, so it looks like we are going to be seeing some heavy Stargate harass from Huck. EGIdrA does have a couple Overlords in place here, so he's going to see them coming ahead of time, and he does have this Evolution Chamber coming down, but will he make the Spore Crawlers that he's going to need to be able to hold off this early air attack from Huck? Now, EGIdrA is now producing a few lings that he's going to go poke in at the front of Huck's base and try to see what's going on. He's going to poke into this base. He's going to see that no expansion has gone down, and he's going to get very, very suspicious that there's going to be an early attack coming. EGIdrA actually getting up a lot of Zerglings right now. It looks like EGIdRA's actually going to try to do some damage with this drone or probe now coming down to try to expand, and the Lings do actually sneak in, getting a lot of damage done here. Nice force field there. Didn't trap too many, but the Void Ray has now been revealed, and EGIdRA is going to be forced to pull back here. Yes, another force field goes down on that ramp, and those Lings are going to be forced away. EGIdRA, though, now seeing that that Void Ray is out, he has thrown down a couple of Spore Crawlers, and if we check out the Harvester tab right now, I'm actually curious to see what the Harvester count is. We can see that EGIdRA's up, but EGIdRA's actually down in Harvesters right now. He's on 2 base, so his econ is going to be doing fairly well, but he actually only has, well, just now getting matched in Harvesters with HuK, and he's continuing to produce drones, which is exactly what he needs to do. With this early Stargate pressure, a lot of resources were spent on these, getting out these Void Rays, getting out that Stargate, and he scouted the front, saw that there wasn't too many gateways in the front. So he's actually safe to drone up as long as he gets a couple of extra queens, throws up some Spore Crawlers, and it's actually not too bad to defend against this early air aggression. Another Spore Crawler going down now for EGIdRA, and Overlord does go down. That did supply block EGIdRA. EGIdRA cannot produce any more units. He's now going to have to just defend with these queens. Queens getting lifted up. The Phoenix does get taken down, though, and this Void Ray is taking a lot of damage. HuK is going to be forced to pull that one Void Ray back. No energy for transfuses, and this queen just barely escapes with 9 hit points, and it is going to regenerate its health slowly but surely. One more. There's actually, oh, there is a Spore Crawler. It's hiding down there below that Overlord. There is a Spore Crawler here to defend. One Void Ray goes down, and HuK is going to be forced to fall back, having not done too much damage with that one Void Ray. He is now going to be pushing out, though, with these 2 sentries and 4 Zealots that he's going to be coming at to the front, trying to deal some damage. EGIdRA's going to need to pump out some Lings here in a hurry if he's going to want to be able to defend this, and sure enough, on the production tab, we can see that 16 Zerglings are now on the production tab. That is going to be to hold off this. HuK is going to have to control these units very, very well. He's going to want to be able to deal some good damage. One queen does go down. Lots of Zerglings here zooming in, and these sentries are actually out of energy after spending these first 3 force fields, so I think EGIdRA is going to be able to hold this attack. In the meantime, more Zealots are being rallied in right now, as well as a Void Ray. A Spore Crawler, very nicely placed Spore Crawler here, is being placed on the edge. This is going to be able to serve for detection on the ramp later, but this will also be able to hit air units without Zealots and things being able to deal too much damage to it easily. But another queen getting picked up, and it looks like EGIdRA is going to be going for a Zergling counterattack here and try to finish off all these queens. In the meantime, this Void Ray is doing a lot of damage. More queens have been taken down. Is he out of queens? EGIdRA has only 1 queen up on the field right now, and it is going to be able to force that Void Ray around since it is so low on that health. And oh my god, my phone is ringing. I'm going to stop that right now and on silent. There we go. Phone's now on silent. See you later, phone. I will call you back later. So we can see now that HuK is starting to focus on getting a lot of sentry production. He's going to need to get into a very defensive mindset if he's going to want to be able to hold off all these Lings. He's going to need those sentries and their force fields to be able to force field off the small areas around his base and try to prevent those Lings from dealing too much damage. In the meantime, we can see EGIdRA is getting his queens back up, and what is this? On the production tab, we see a Nidus work has just been thrown down for EGIdRA. It looks like he's been unable to get into the base so far of HuK, and it looks like he's going to be looking for an alternate route in. In the meantime, this Phoenix is scouting around, dealing some damage to these stray Overlords of EGIdRA's, but on the in the food count, EGIdRA is actually doing surprisingly well right now, keeping up very well with LiquidHuK despite all of this damage that has been done and all this harassment from HuK. And it looks like we do have a bit of an engagement here as all the forces of HuK move in. Nice force fields go down and trap all of EGIdRA's Lings before he's able to react, and only 2 are able to get away. These forces are now coming down. Looks like they are coming in for a big attack. EGIdRA's going to need to get a lot of Zerglings up and maybe even some Spines up if he's going to want to be able to defend this. We do know now that the Hydralisk Den is up. Grooved Spines is on the way, and 10 Hydralisks are on the production tab, but will they be enough to hold off all these forces from LiquidHuK? This is a ton of Zealots that are now moving in. This Void Ray has now recharged fully its shields, and this Phoenix as well is going to be able to lift up those queens and be able to prevent any kind of damage being done to them. This Spore Crawler doing very good damage to that Phoenix, but nice force field on the ramp. EGIdRA is forced to pull all his workers. Hydralisks on the high ground and trying to deal as much damage as they can, but this is so many Zealots to have to deal with for EGIdRA. HuK is coming in, dealing a lot of damage. Zealots have now moved into the mineral line. These Hydralisks are falling so fast without their brother Hydralisks up here to help them out, and the force field on the ramp goes down yet again. Overlords are going down. LiquidHuK is now passing up EGIdRA in the supply count, and this hatchery, I think, is going to go down for EGIdRA, and another force field on the ramp. These forces are just unable to do anything at all to help this poor hatchery that is now going down. In the meantime, Huck is still warping in more forces and sending them in. More stalkers now coming in, dealing a lot of damage to everything, and EGIdrA GG's out of that game. Huck takes game 1 of this series at the North American Battle.net Invitational, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going into game 2 right now.